Yeah.
I've never watched it.
And just to add a little bit of context for the viewers, the age of consent in Japan is...
Oh, good lord! That's the cold open. That is the cold open.
We have big box set DVDs. I paid $30 for 2 episodes of anime, and we liked it.
In 1969, the first man stepped on the moon.
Yes, that song, which I hate.
Fake fan alert.
In Japan, it aired in 1992.
The biggest action show in 25 years.
A pitch to bring Sailor Moon to North America.
Known as Saban Moon.
Before I learned about Beautiful Joe and Henshin Agoto, baby.
No.
But I don't understand one thing.
The panty shot.
If you keep your grades on this thing's getting you beautiful.
I like them thick, says Mitsuki. Shut the fuck up, she gets the holy Okay, guys. What? You poor editor.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Pretty Guardian Podcast, where we go through Sailor Moon episode by episode, talking about every episode. We are on Season 1, Episode 15. It is called Usagi's Panic, Ray's First Date. The English version was An Unnatural Phenomena. So we have...
I forgot this was the next one. I'm very excited. This is gonna... Oh.
I was just...
Yeah, I'm Harrison, sorry.
Oh, Harrison. Michael's here.
We have Amanda is back today. And we also have...
The prettiest guardian. My name is Brett.
Our friend Brett is here with us today.
Who has scarcely watched the show since he was 11 years old.
Yeah, so Brett, what do you know about Sailor Moon?
She has long legs and is a rabbit.
Okay, is that it?
It's Power Rangers for girls.
Okay.
But dudes like it too.
Yep.
Because they got married to someone who likes it too much, so they have to record a podcast about it now. No, for real. My experience. My brother used to make fun of me for watching it on Toonami. He's like, this is for girls. Wow. But I did like it when I was a kid, and it is absolutely part of the reason I am so unbelievably straight. It's just like everybody else. It was one of the things that popped my anime cherry. Just like everybody else our age who grew up with Toonami. So it's and
I think it'd be better to call it the female answer to DBZ almost. When it comes to media and things you consume.
I don't know, man.
Not by how it translates, but where it was in pop culture at the time.
For sure.
I guess.
They both were on Toonami and
It came out back to back. I mean,
but I think thematically you have a team of multicolored
transforming teenagers
/ sailors with giant monstrous.
We'll have to bring you in on an episode of the live action series because it is absolutely Super Sentai Sailor Moon.
I have watched. There's a YouTuber I like who went over Saban Moon, if that's what you're talking about.
No, we're talking about the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, the live action version of Sailor Moon.
Is that a Japanese live action?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm thinking of.
We'll
show you some clips and stuff later.
Okay, so I'm aware of Saban Moon, so I'm not a total moron when it comes to this.
Yeah.
I'm here because I went to school with or worked with all these people, and I love all of them, and they're my dear friends.
Yes.
So.
Yes, but as we were getting to, I almost because we had to take a break because 2 of us quarantined, and then we didn't want to burn through our backlog and record more, but here we are.
Yeah, it's fine. Just go with it.
But I was like, oh, finally, we're going to get to a romance episode. And then Harrison was like, no.
No.
So I'll get to see what the saga is all about.
Yes.
James was not satisfied either.
Before we watch this episode, we have a challenge for you, Michael. Catch Brett up.
Yeah. Tell Brett what's been going on in Sailor Moon.
In 15 episodes of Sailor Moon.
Explain to Brett what's been happening.
So before the formula was established and tropey, the most anime of anime openings happens.
Does somebody
everything but a piece of toast in the mouth.
Okay. Does someone's father die?
Okay, no. I mean like
does somebody say father?
I mean technically. I mean
somebody's late for school.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Usagi's late for school.
Right. They didn't do the toast?
No, everything but the toast.
You have to do the toast when you're late for anime
In a later
class.
episode, the dad's running late and he puts toast in his mouth while he's wearing a suit.
You can only run late if there is toast. Otherwise, you're clearly on time or don't have anywhere important to be.
I don't know. There may have been an episode too. Like she's like running down the street with the
No,
toast.
there's no. Only dad
No,
has
I don't
done.
think
Only
so.
anime dad has done toast so far.
At least in the anime.
Okay, so she's late for school and
Yeah.
she's such a screw up. She forgot her toast.
Yeah.
How much can I curse?
A curse. We've cursed.
She's such a fuck up. She forgot her
Yeah,
toast.
we've cursed. It's fine.
And then she goes and gets a 30 on an English test or something.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
She does. She gets
Well,
a 30 on an English test.
You know,
She's
that's.
smart.
It's an English test
yeah,
in
for
Japan, so
so.
it is her.
Wait, are
second
we
language.
watching sub or?
We're watching the dub,
Oh,
but we're watching the new dub, the Viz dub, not the '90s dub.
Basically, a dub of
A
the
better
original
dub.
spirit of
Yes,
the show.
a proper dub.
Okay, because I was gonna say that would have been an interesting thing in like the Toonami version of this episode, where she's like, "I got a 30 on my English test and I speak English."
No, but no, it's basically like Luna's not sounding like a 90-year-old woman anymore.
He doesn't know who Luna is. We're not
cat.
gonna worry.
Yes, the cat.
The cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luna and Artemis. Yes.
Yeah.
Moving on. We're only on episode one. Let's.
All right.
Yeah. Basically, she will.
That-
She has run-ins with bad guys, and Tuxedo Mask will sometimes show up and do nothing or say encouragement
Sometimes.
and then leave.
Although
And
lately,
then
He
later he
actually-
begins to do things.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much most of the episodes. This thing happens, Sailor Moon is oblivious and then reacts, sometimes reluctantly, at Luna's.
So is she Sailor Moon from Jump, or does Zordon have to show up and give her a coin?
Luna showed up and gave her the
Her little brooch.
Okay.
brooch, and then later.
That's okay. I remember this.
who do we have so far, and who are we fighting?
We have Usagi as Sailor Moon.
Yes.
We first meet Ami, who becomes Sailor
Yes,
Mercury.
Mercury.
Blue.
Yeah.
Blue hair.
She was my favorite.
Oh, good.
Cool.
Apparently, I'm the Ami.
Okay.
Yes, he's the practical, smart one of our
And then-
group. He's
and
definitely the
then-
Ami.
Yeah, I'm not like her, but I do like her.
And we
fine.
and we
I like her
meet
too.
Ray, who's Sailor Mars.
Yes.
We find out, and I think afterwards, like the more we saw her crows, Phobos and Deimos, I was like, she's the Doom.
She has crows?
yeah.
And they're
Well,
named
yeah,
after
but they're
her
named
moons,
after the
yeah.
moons of Mars. Yeah.
You find out that the crow. You don't find out. They don't really go into it in the anime, but in the manga and everywhere else, it's her crows are like her guardians, just like Luna and Artemis are guardians.
Okay. Well,
But they
they're
don't talk.
familiars.
They
So
are
we-
familiars. They don't like talk though, but they're her
Sure.
familiars.
Okay. So we have.
And basically, as Harrison says, we now have the first like little clutch of the team here.
Yeah. So no Venus, no Jupiter yet.
Not yet.
Not
No.
yet.
And we've graduated from the solo Usagi missions that kind of dragged on. They felt like in the first 8 episodes. Until we
Yeah.
got
So
Mercury.
we got Mercury.
Sure.
And then what's going on with the villains, Michael?
Oh yeah, so your main villain from the start. So Queen Beryl will just be in her. Most episodes start with her. And
I
she's
remember her.
magicking the crystal ball.
Yes.
And
And
talking to her.
that's a rule when we're watching. right?
We'll get there. Okay. Talking to her like one of her 4 generals, Jedite.
Sure.
Everyone's named after stones up here in the Dark Kingdom.
Okay.
Gems.
Down here, we're in
Yeah.
Antarctica.
Right.
It's fine. Anyways, continue.
We're aliens in Antarctica. I'm just saying.
We just finished the first 13 episodes, which had Jedi, and then Jedi died in the best way possible.
Did someone put him in a speedboat and drive him out and blow it up?
Even better.
No spoilers. Sorry, just not gonna say what
Very
that's from.
disappointing.
Even better. It was
Steve Bloom take him for a speedboat ride.
no. Mars put a talisman on him and made the Boeings that they were trying to run down the Sailor Scouts with the commercial airliners crash into each other with Jedi in the middle.
They threw
It's
Sailor
great.
Moon is great.
It's great.
I missed this episode.
What, was it full of people?
No.
But it was great.
9/11 was a Sailor Mars job?
Oh my god.
Oh my! I'm gonna cut that out.
Michael, leave this in.
Jesus.
Okay.
That's awesome. I wish I'd been here to pop off on
And then
that.
the last episode we watched, we introduced the new of the 4 generals. His name is Nephrite.
Nephrite, yeah. With this Nephrite.
this-
Also, big jump in production value starting that episode.
We're past like the pilot phase, so
And
now
I
we
was-
clearly have money.
Sure, and I was gonna say this is like the 4 Devas and God Hand. This is like
Yes.
the generals of the
Yeah.
Spiral King.
Yeah,
There's a
exactly.
guy, or in this case, a girl.
Yes.
Lady.
And
Yeah,
there's
It's the classic Japanese thing. There's
Right.
your 4 kings, and then there's your king of heaven.
Sure.
It's what we got.
There's your 4 feng shui directions.
Yes.
the-
Speaking of
your first 4 robot
How,
masters.
yeah. Speaking of how cheap it was, explain to him your favorite piece of animation from these early episodes.
Can it be termed animation?
Yes.
Yes.
It moves.
Technically, it moves. So we've dubbed it the Cell Walk for now.
Okay.
And every now and then, usually Jedi,
But now
every
he's
now and
gone.
then you'll see an item or an object or a character on screen, and they do not animate anything about their body, their hair, nothing, but their entire figure just translates across the screen.
They just like event pan crop it.
Yeah.
It is my favorite thing.
I will.
We'll show you some clips.
Yeah,
of
I'll have
this
to see a clip of that. It immediately reminds me of that bank robbery episode of Trigun when the dude gets shot
Yes.
and they just take his cell and turn it.
Yes. It's been fun times. So now we have Nephrite. There's a production upgrade. Tuxedo Mask is doing a lot more.
Yeah, and to give you a quick before and after of this production value thing, it's like we'd have things like that Cell Walk. We'd have like the fight scenes are pretty much like bad guy does a thing. Tuxedo Mask may or may not do a thing. Usagi does the final thing. The fight is over.
And even when they're doing actions, it was like early Pokemon, where it'd just be like an awesome shot of the character and like the camera going up said shot with like a colorful background.
Yeah.
You know.
For the life of me, when I was trying to remember like how this show works, I was like, does Sailor Moon punch people?
Yes.
Occasionally.
She can punch and
Like
kick, yes.
I could not remember the combat at all.
Occasionally.
I remember a lot of cosmic watercolor backgrounds. I remember Beryl going, "Call me now for your free consultation." I remember Tuxedo Mask showing up and her being like, "I have no ability to recognize anything." No matter how familiar it is, if it's behind a sheet of white paper.
In fairness, who could be this tall, slender, dark-haired Japanese man?
Okay, that actually makes a ton of sense. That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
I withdraw my previous statement.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Does he smoke?
There's a Civ 11 episode in the Daikatana one where he's like, "Oh, cool, you found a Japanese girl in Kyoto."
There's a lot of Asian people here.
So in fairness,
Speaking of which, how come she's blonde, Sailor Venus is blonde?
listen.
You don't argue.
It's an anime.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's just
It's
an
just,
anime.
I guess it's popularization
In
of
the
Western
live
culture.
action show,
And
they
that is easier to
actually
tell them
have
apart.
like all
That's
the
true.
girls in the live action show look
Japanese.
They have black or
Japanese,
dark brown hair.
And
Not
then
that
when
I care either way.
And then
of
when
course.
they transform, they get the blonde, blue hair. And
That's
stuff.
interesting. So they go
it's kinda
Super
cool.
Saiyan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they're just regular, they don't have regular
Yeah.
hair. Like Usagi still wears her in like pigtails and stuff like that. But
Sure.
her hair is like down to here, and she wears like glasses and stuff. And then when she transforms, she
Oh,
has the blue hair.
I think I've seen this in some vaporwave video before.
Yeah, there's a very
So-
famous clip of her falling
Yeah,
really
when she
slow and she
transforms,
transforms, and it's
You reminded me, like, just saying it makes it easier to tell them apart. It makes sense with kid shows and things you want to merchandise.
Yeah.
But it blew my mind when somebody was like, Jurassic Park is like that.
yeah.
Dr. Sadler is pink. Dr. Grant is blue. Hammond is
Malcolm's black.
white. Ian Malcolm is black.
Yeah.
Everybody has their color, like they were just made to be put on a blister
Well,
card.
Dennis
and hung
Dietrich is
up.
like almost a lot of time in yellow. That's the color I associate him with because he's got the raincoat on, all
Yeah.
that stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Also, he's the big fat guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least
But
he
no,
was. Wayne Knight looks amazing now.
Right.
He does.
But no, I mean, basically, like,
Makes
colorful
sense.
things, they draw attention and they sell. It was
Sure.
basically, it's like shiny things. Shiny things sell,
Yeah.
you know.
And then also it was obvious that they put all the money of the early episodes into the transformation sequences.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
hacks.
That's your Sakuga.
Yeah, but now
That's
we
what
have
plays every
a
episode.
bit of
Yes.
a budget, so you'll get this. But anywho,
So like now our fights, I remarked on our last episode, the fight, it wasn't just like a 1 and then 2 and then we're done. There was pacing. Like someone actually dodged a projectile.
oh yeah,
Someone
last time there was a
stepped
fight.
over here.
Someone got trapped in a tennis ball
Okay.
body, and Tuxedo Mask actually did some fighting. He used his extendo pole. He jumped around. He did a bunch of stuff. He helped out a
He
lot.
used more move, like, because usually it was like he has a single rose. I was like, when is he gonna get the next rose out? Come on.
Well, and it's great because it's like, you know, Tuxedo Mask now gets more than a participation trophy. It's like, you actually, you're engaging now.
Yeah.
Thank you for,
And then, like,
you know.
the time before that, when the cruise ship one, they were like Tuxedo Mask wasn't even in it at all.
Yeah.
So it was just
Well, I
them,
mean, it was
so.
pretty
And then
much
he
a
straight up had a
Ami and
fist fight
Ray.
with Jadeite.
Yeah,
They
he
jumped in
straight
the
up,
air and they did that
Yeah.
panning rotation.
That rotating shot of the
I'll tell you what, The Matrix was really popular.
It's
This
really
was
great.
pre-Matrix.
The
I know.
Asian films, like,
Yeah, it aired
stylized
on-
that style of fighting, like, way a long time.
Well,
Yeah.
not that style. Well, I'm not getting
So
into nerd
this aired
stuff.
in Japan on June 20th, 1992, and first in the U.S. September 14th, 1995.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're all
And
about.
what's the English name?
An unnatural phenomenon.
Oh.
So dumb.
I think I just had an aneurysm.
Some English names are really bad.
No, I was trying
Most
to.
of the time, the English names are better than the Japanese names, though, because Japanese names are spoilers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of times the Japanese
Like the
names
one
are
with Jedi,
spoilers.
it's like, look out, Jedi's final battle.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, I could look it up.
Yeah,
It's
look
not
at-
this older, actually.
I was
Don't
just,
worry about
I
it.
was just
Actually, it's
trying.
in, I have it right here.
I was trying to remember
I think it
the.
was like,
It's,
what,
Yeah, yeah.
Fight to the
Hey,
Finish.
Brad's trying to remember.
Girls Unite, The End of Jedi. That's what the episode was called.
Right? What were you saying?
Star Wars Episode 7: Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, there we go.
I was trying to remember. Like I was saying, I couldn't remember the combat when I was a kid. It was just like a bad person shows up, and then she's like, "Look, I'm really pretty," and then they go away. But you mentioned like Tuxedo Mask shows up and hucks the
Yeah.
rose, and I was like, "Does he do rose bit?" That's G Gundam.
Yes, that is G Gundam.
So that's where my starting point is.
Yeah.
Got some G Gundam, got some Karama.
That's the
Well, I love
French
some Rose
Gundam.
Red.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, that was a good show.
that's a great show. It's ridiculous, and I love it. We'll
All
talk
right,
about
I
it one
think
day.
it's
Alright.
about time for the episode.
time.
It's time for the call out.
Okay, it's time for the transformation sequence, right, everybody?
Oh, good lord.
Okay, do it.
remember.
So, Pretty Guardian, make up. You'll do it next episode.
Every time.
Alright.
It's growing on me. I used to
Yeah.
hate it.
Alright.
It's gonna be stuck
We
in
are
our little-
recording whenever you're ready. If you
Just wait for
that's
Amanda to come
open
back
Yeah.
who first.
Yeah, let's wait for Amanda.
to sit down.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I need more alcohol.
Like, listen.
Am I wrong?
No.
No, I'm drinking chocolate milk. I'm good.
In the name of hops and barley, I will punish myself.
My liver's been very bad, and it must be destroyed.
I'm like, the fermentation is supposed to be good for you.
Whenever you're ready, Kelly.
Anyways.
So
All
it's
right.
smoking.
And we're back.
Hey guys, I'm a dumbass. If you'd like to watch along, Michael, you can just edit this somewhere else. If you'd like to watch along, all the episodes are on Hulu. This is episode 15.
Yes.
That way,
We're watching the Viz dub.
yeah, but you can watch it subbed or dubbed. It doesn't matter.
Apparently, it's really hard to find the 90s dub anywhere now.
Oh,
On
the Deke dub?
Yeah, apparently it's really hard to find the Deke dub.
Sailor Media says, just get the VHS tapes.
The VHS tapes, the ones I have, there's only six. That's only 6 episodes of the whole thing,
Yeah,
and out of the whole like 46 episodes of the season 1 is.
but they did them all,
No.
No.
so they didn't even do them all.
I mean, they might have, but I don't have them.
Well, I was
And
just,
Kelly's the type, like, if she had seen
No,
it,
for
she
sure.
would've
If I had
thought-
seen it, I would have bought it.
absolutely.
But I'm sure some of them,
You
more
can
exist. I know
get-
more exist somewhere.
You can
but I
get
don't have them.
bootleg DVDs of the English dub because I've watched them.
sure.
Yeah, but I don't have
You
them.
don't actively encourage bootlegging for legal reasons.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: if you cannot get it, if they do not give it to you to legally purchase,
Is now a good time for the Bretts?
the Brett Elliott standards for ethical piracy.
To which Brett is solely responsible. Continue.
Well, my standards for ethical. I did a speech on this in college, but the fact is, it's like, if you cannot purchase it from the people who own it, if they have not offered it to you, then just pirate it.
Now, here's where we stand, though. They have offered it on Blu-ray in a beautiful new dub.
No, sure, that's great.
Yes.
And, you know, I mean, Kelly's the hugest fan. She's just going to get all of it forever.
Yes.
Obviously.
And if she were to download, say there was a zip file out there
Yes.
from angelfire.com / everything I want and download it, do they lose a penny?
No, of course not.
Yeah.
However, well, it's a little different with Japanese studios too, but I'm not getting into the ethics of that. Either way, the argument is people want to see the '90s dub.
No,
that
for
is
sure.
not what's offered anymore.
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is if you can't get it, just get it anyway.
But well, not unfortunately. A, the market of podcasts about Sailor Moon is saturated with the deep dub.
Yeah.
And B, we're trying to go through like a pure version of Sailor Moon.
No, sure, I'm cool with that.
Especially since Michael, who loves the band episodes, is very excited because there's a whole band season he gets to watch.
Yeah.
That's not till season 5,
yeah,
but
Deke,
yes, we'll get there.
Because, is it Deke that's Canadian?
He just cannot.
What the fuck was that? Yeah, basically, like, there's an episode that gets cut, and it's, there's just, like, ruthless child delinquency going on.
Yes.
And
Upskirt shots and
kids
kids throwing rocks through
There's
windows.
the animal cruelty one. Kicking
Yeah,
Luna.
kid straight up kicks a cat.
Kicks Luna.
Jesus.
Like,
He's possessed, to be fair, but
yeah.
Still.
yeah. I was surprised to see smoking on screen.
I don't
This episode.
understand. Well, here's the thing.
And then there was an episode that was cut where Usagi uses her transformation pen to transform into, like...
Oh, it's because she sneaks into a bar.
She sneaks into a bar to talk to somebody.
she transforms into a protagonist from Bubblegum Crisis and sneaks into a bar.
To sneak into the bar, not to get alcohol, but to talk to... But because of that, they cut the whole episode. Because it's Canada.
Well, you know how I feel about that.
How? Gee, well, great. The compressor's going to be doing a lot of work.
You know this was going to happen when Brett came on the show.
Waveform.
Just cut Lita in saying it instead of me.
Sure.
We haven't even gotten to her yet. Still got a
It's
little
fine.
bit.
Okay,
It's
so
fine. Anyways.
do you want to talk about the episode of the
Yeah,
show?
let's actually talk about the episode, which this episode I remembered like the Mamoru and Ray date, and that was about it. I don't remember anything else.
I remember other stuff. I remember the evil chipmunks and
I
old
did
man
not remember
garden.
any of that. So
You would think my love of animals, I would remember this episode,
I
but
did
yeah,
not.
no, I remember like there was some Ray shenanigans.
yeah, I remember the
like,
Ray shenanigans.
And
That's
not
about it.
a single
So-
sight of Queen Beryl.
Nope.
No,
What's
not
interesting
a
about
drop.
this one? Well, I don't think we're going to see her a lot when Nephrite's around now I think about it.
Well,
I think
question.
it's her own layer.
Why are they Soviet?
What?
They're gray uniforms. Like,
I thought it was
as an
purple.
adult, I'm realizing it's very Soviet.
That's
Probably just how it looks. It's just like a military style uniform.
Sure.
It's a straight up purple.
And also, that guy's got a lot of hair.
Yeah, Nephrites
does have a lot
styling
of hair.
and profiling.
He does
Believe it or
have a
not,
lot
James
of hair.
cosplayed him really well at a con.
Did he have like business in the front, party in the back? and
Yeah,
everything?
man, it was awesome. It came out real good. Either way, this episode had a surprisingly good balance of all three Senshi.
It did.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's actually kind of rare because like usually it's a Ray episode or
Yeah.
it's a Mercury episode or.
I thought it was going to be a Ray episode, considering the name.
I would say she got the most.
Well, I don't know.
Screen
Ami got
time.
a lot. Ami had the biggest stakes in the episode.
She had an emotional investment.
Yeah.
And so, while Ray had a motive investment, they
So did
definitely...
Osaki.
Yeah.
It was definitely Amy-centric.
Also,
I
we
would
got
say.
another thing for Tuxedo Mask Watch when we get further.
Okay.
I think
This
we're
is-
closer to cracking the code.
Yeah, it's very Soviet.
So that was Jedi who's already gone, the blonde one.
Just add a little hammer and sickle pin to each of
Well,
them.
that's their crystal uniforms.
Yeah.
Do they call each other comrade?
No.
They call each other like dumbass.
Do they drink lots of
they're-
vodka?
I don't think they do.
Not actively
Do you
on
ever
screen.
see any of them eating?
That's
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Trying to find a picture.
Okay, let's talk about.
Anyways, let's get into the episode.
Here, I'll do it.
All right,
shows the
so
girls the park, right?
it starts off. Yeah, the girls are in the park. Ami's showing the girls the park because she goes here to read. And they're like, "Oh, it's a really nice park. It's really pretty here."
And Ray, even before she knows the park's gonna get destroyed, is like, I will bait someone here.
Yes.
I
Then they're like,
claimed it.
the park's gonna get destroyed. She's like, well, now there's a ticking clock element for my
now
day.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
And
No,
Yeah,
but yeah, no, it's like
personal
pretty much
bullshit.
she's claimed it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
Ray's
how
like,
it's gonna be. It's set in stone.
gotta find a date and take him
Hell-
here now before this park gets destroyed.
Hell or high water, she will make it happen.
These flowers will not be around forever.
See, I think Brett's found another person that was on the same level as me in high school. It's like, I need to go on dates. I need to find women friends.
Well, for sure. but I've never seen that, from the opposite perspective.
Oh, absolutely.
I was just going to ask the ladies at the table, like, have you ever been like, I am going to fall right onto that man, and because he is a straight man, he will immediately be interested, which is accurate.
But see, it's our group in particular.
Well, that's
we
true.
were into anime men, so it was like if we were gonna fall into that, he's gonna be too deep.
You literally look like you're about to cry.
I told her a very good memory I have of her where she saw the picture of Yusuke Urameshi in his demon form in a New Type magazine where she started stroking it with her finger.
Yeah.
So I think you guys were held to like such a high standard. It was unachievable.
it's easy
And the
for
problem
me.
with being a high school otaku dude is you don't wash.
You're greasy, pimply, your like puberty's like hitting you hardcore from the backside.
I ran in all circles.
The only reason I didn't have more girlfriends in high school is because I was too shy to ask them out.
I had lots of girlfriends in high school.
Yes, I remember.
You were quite
Marcus had a crush on that
man.
Julia chick, and you just straight up asked her out.
Yeah, so she took my virginity. So, yeah.
For you viewers listening here, Brett here and Kelly dated before I dated her.
For like
Very
a week.
Very briefly.
There were quite a few like
a week or 2
what are we
weeks.
doing? What's going
It was
on?
basic. Our relationship, as I remember it, and you can judge this based off the reference of how well I remembered the show, was Kelly and I would hug a lot, and we would have just lots of physical contact, and it was cold in the mornings on the rock, and we were warm. And then I asked her out, and then all that stopped, and then a week later we broke up.
Yeah, it was very brief.
I don't think we even ever went on a date.
I don't think so.
No, y'all were huggle buddies.
Yeah,
like
Pretty much. That was
Y'all
and,
were.
and then y'all. Where'd you learn to talk like that?
Oh, it
Y'all-
can't be the fact that I grew up in
Pretty
the
much.
South.
Yeah. It's like, listen.
But yeah, basically we snuggled platonically,
And that was it.
then I was like, let's make this romantic, and then all the
Kelly was like,
snuggling
"No."
stopped, and then we went back to platonic, and everything was
It's
fine.
like a weird metaphor for marriage.
My marriage is fantastic.
Well, I'm not gonna, I won't kiss and tell.
Jesus.
Don't.
Anyways. So.
How do we get here?
So we'll be taking calls if you have questions.
Point being, if a single woman would jump at a straight male, no, I would not take, because both asked me out. I turned them both down.
I meant the last name, probably.
We're not name dropping here.
Well, she's not going to listen to this.
Who cares?
No.
Yeah, what's
We're not gonna name drop because
Her address is,
first? Yeah, what's her name and her address?
when I say go, get ready to talk.
Anywho, let's get back to the episode. So they meet. Ami already knows this. He's a gardener for the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say his name.
He's the
but
caretaker.
I didn't get it down.
He's always been
Yeah,
the
it's
caretaker.
Yeah,
Kaji.
he's Mr. Gardner man.
Yeah. And so she's the one that tells them all about that this new developer is planning on tearing down the park for this business complex.
I'm sorry, it's just like I don't remember his name either, but I'm sure that's because it had at least 6 syllables and was
Yes.
Japanese. I guarantee you in the 90s dub his name was Rick.
Probably.
So anyway, he's Rick.
Gardener Rick.
Gardner Rick. That's what we're going with.
So caretaker Rick is taking care of things.
Yes.
And Ami knows him, which I guess makes sense. She probably could study in the park, make some friends.
Why not?
She said out
She
loud.
says
Yeah,
she likes
I
to
read
go
in the
to
park
read
before cram school.
She
Yeah.
likes to go there and
Like a
read.
nerd.
Yes.
Like a Japanese
literally-
high functioning nerd.
That's her
She'll be a
job pretty
doctor
much.
one day.
Go to school, make the high marks. She gets so offended
Be
when
as
she
smart
does
as Dr. Eggman.
Yes.
But it's an anime. We got to move the plot. The park will be destroyed.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
So
you see
I'm-
Luna, and she's trying to look for the girls. She's wandering around, and then this truck comes out of nowhere
Yeah.
and almost hits her. And
then
Mamoru
out of nowhere-
Chiba comes out of
Mamoru,
nowhere.
Miss
And
Captain
if you have-
Jerkface himself.
Yeah.
And
Like
I
an
love-
Olympian.
I love
Yeah.
the fact that there's like a freeze frame pause, and
I
he's
was-
like one arm leaping over
Oh,
the
yeah.
metal guardrail,
Like a
cat
man.
in hand, just like. And of course, all like the 12-year-old,
need the
people who are
production.
watching this are just like,
I need the production cell of that.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
We've ditched the green blazer
Drink
and
him
purple
in.
pants from the vaporwave outfit, and we've gone over to like a
Well, this is his running outfit. This is his workout outfit.
Whatever his Yusuke Urameshi workout outfit is.
It's like a sleeveless. It's like a sleeveless.
It's sleeveless,
hoodie.
but he's got like a Piccolo Gohan bunch like around his neck. Weird little thing he wore
ruff?
With his tape. Yeah, like a weird ruff all around his neck.
Yeah.
What does this serve? Does it keep your neck warm? Does it absorb the sweat? What is this?
It's the 90s, bro.
It's the 90s of Japan.
And there is time for class. No, that was in America. Okay.
So he saves her, and Usagi sees him with Luna, and she just automatically starts yelling at him.
And swings him around.
Starts manhandling Luna, and I'm like,
Luna.
Did Canada cut that out?
No.
Because seriously, what's the point
That's
of having
silly.
a cat if you can't fling it occasionally?
I think there's a difference between cartoonishly flipping your cat around.
Yeah.
Take that as you will. And and maliciously kicking it. Take that as you will.
Yeah, keep in mind, Brett, in the band episode, a kid just puts a boot to the side of Luna's ribs.
yeah, so that's like straight up animal
That's
abuse.
what causes Kazuma Kiryu to start beating people up.
Absolutely.
It's a very similar event.
Absolutely, but this is a small grade school child.
Still,
Yeah.
you kick a cat, you get screwed up.
That's fair.
So
Yeah.
Ami and Ray show up and they're like, "Yeah, we should be thanking Mamoru for saving Luna, not yelling at him."
And then, of course,
And
Mama was like,
instantly-
"You're going to be rude to me? I'm going to burn you." So he burns her, and Ray's like, "Yes, yes. Make Usagi suffer. I hate that stupid bitch, yes."
And then Motoki comes out of the arcade because all this happens right
Yeah.
outside the arcade.
Yep, we're outside.
And so he comes out the arcade and it's like, "Oh, hey,
Hey, man.
Mamoru.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
man, what's up?"
So I'm just getting here. He's an established character.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's
No.
Usagi's crush.
He-
And he
works
takes
at
care of the arcade.
What was his name in the 90s, though?
Andrew.
Andrew.
Okay, I wouldn't have remembered that anyway. Go ahead.
She has a crush on Motoki, who runs the game center as like an attendant.
Who is suspect
And-
number one for Tuxedo
And
Mask.
she has a crush on Tuxedo Mask.
Right.
But
Again,
Oh, and
ignoring,
we here at the
hair
podcast
color.
don't truly know who Tuxedo Mask is.
Is it?
We've narrowed it down to a couple suspects. We know it's not Umino. We confirmed.
Because Tuxedo Mask and Umino were in the same room together, so it can't be Umino.
Can't be swirly glasses.
now the
Did Andrew have like reddish hair?
No,
he's
well,
blonde.
Yeah, but what if he transforms?
Yeah, what if he transforms?
Okay, sure. Fine.
But also, Usagi pointed out that the Motoki star and the Tuxedo Mask star are perfectly aligned. So they could be the same person.
Sorry, let me abandon the bit for a second.
Astrology?
Yes.
I think in the 13th episode where Jedi finally dies, she's looking at the stars and she's like, "This Aquarius," and there's Motoki.
And there's the Tuxedo Mask constellation. And
But
there's
what if?
She's just alone and crushing like a 13-year-old.
Sure.
14-year-old.
she's 14. So
She's
you're like,
14.
Yes.
She's 14, and then before everyone freaks out, Motoki and Mamoru are 17.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's only
17 or
a
18.
couple
They're
years
17.
difference.
It's
Yeah.
It's their canon
And-
age.
it's only a couple years, but those are some significant years.
Yes.
Well, it's like you haven't seen.
Mamoru is 17?
Yeah.
Yes.
In college?
Yes.
Is
He
he a
went-
genius?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
he-
is explained.
Amy, like,
And Brad, I don't know if
Mommy
you've
is
seen more than like an
ridiculous.
episode or
Yeah.
two of JoJo, but you're perfectly normal, standing tall, and
Built like Megatron.
Yes, exactly.
at 183 centimeters and probably like 300 pounds.
Here's another fun thing to think about. And I don't know if you watched a lot of Yu Yu Hakusho. There's a point where he's like literally fighting an 8-foot tall demon man that punches him through, an
parking
entire
garage?
coliseum. Yes, and he's 14.
yeah.
I've never watched
and
it,
just to add
so-
a little bit of context for the viewers, the age of consent in Japan
God.
is
Oh, good lord. That's the cold open. That is the cold open.
Please carry on.
everything is legal. Let's say.
Okay, but I do want to know. I am genuinely
No,
interested.
there are interested
13 is the age of consent in Japan.
Up until you
Christ.
date with someone of 18. There's a bunch of sub-laws about it. You
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
date
no, just
someone
like
within
there
it.
is here, the
Yeah.
close in age.
You can date. There's like age gaps and stuff like that. It's kind of like how in a bunch of older anime you'll have really weird things like
Regardless,
elementary
it's
school girls.
fiction. Just
Yeah.
enjoy it.
It is, and
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. You know what year it is, Brett? It's 2021.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I realize that, but for me, it's just permanently
absolutely. Yeah.
2006.
You don't look at Sailor Moon and think, "Oh yeah, 14. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I think
Sailor Moon.
16, 18."
I think of a few animated GIFs that I'm sure a few people at this table have seen before. Just moving
We're
along.
moving on.
Anyways, so Then it goes. So they find out the two of them, the Toki and Mamoru, go to school together, and they know each other and they're friends.
Yeah, which I was waiting for.
I was always under the impression they were best friends. Maybe that was like in a different like version of Sailor Moon.
Yeah, maybe. I knew they knew each other.
Maybe that was like in the live action or something.
Possibly.
Either way, they're pals.
Yeah, either way, they're friends. And so, and then it cuts to Nephrite in his little mansion.
Yep. His secret mansion hidden in the woods.
Yep.
Yep. Trying to find his new target to steal energy.
Nuggets at it again, just selling real estate to bad guys.
So I see we're gonna get his reused animation. We're gonna get the power of the stars into his forehead.
Yeah.
That's gonna get reused.
And he's going to imbue somebody's object with his powers.
That's his whole shtick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, to confirm with you, Brett, Jedi's plan was make a mass group of people, expend a lot of energy to consume it for the Dark Kingdom.
That I remember.
Yeah.
Open a gym, make girls work out, and get in the creepy sauna of doom, you know?
Holy crap, he did Death Spa?
Yes, he did Death Spa, yes!
He did Killer Workout?
Yes.
He did Aerobicide?
Yeah, well, those are the same
Why is
thing.
there more than 2 of these?
There are at least 3 80s gym horror
More
movies.
than 2 of them.
Aerobicide and Killer Workout are the same.
movie,
Yes.
It's a big boss situation.
Yeah, but makes perfect sense. People expend energy, therefore.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but in
And
his
also his
case,
involved real estate.
he's like, let's find... He always
like there was
told me
usually a place where it happened, like a new shop, a new pet store opens up, a new gym.
So our theory is it's
Sure.
the same lot. And Nugget
Was
keeps
there one
selling
with
it to
like
them.
an ice cream parlor or a yogurt shop?
No.
There
Or maybe that was
store.
Seinfeld.
There was a jewelry store. There was
Well, the jewelry store was actually like Naru's, who's Molly. It was Naru's
Yeah,
mother's
there was like a pet
jewelry
shop.
store.
Yeah.
There's a pet shop. There's a gym.
New-
There's a
yeah.
fortune teller.
I'm
there's-
sorry, what planet is that?
What?
Naru, Molly, these things ring
Sorry,
bells.
sorry.
Naru
Naru
is
who's-
it's Augie's like best friend.
No, it's Molly. Don't
Oh
you know?
yeah.
Her
She
name
has
was Molly
the
in the
crazy Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
But her
She's
mom,
she's her ginger friend.
yeah, her
Yes.
name is Naru, and
her
that's
best friend.
Japanese. And her
Right.
mom had like this jewelry store, and so that was one
That's
of the
episode
episodes.
1.
When I said what planet is that, I meant which sailor, but now I remember she's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
She's
she's
not.
not.
With
She's
you.
her friend. Yeah.
She does have a sailor identity in the live action. That's Sailor N.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about
And
that.
I wonder if like we're getting Nephrite like more, giving him more credit than Jedi because he like hasn't talked to Queen Beryl. He hasn't been given orders.
He's not as harebrained
He's a
as
strong,
Jedi.
independent comrade.
Nephrite doesn't have a dream journal like Jedi. Okay.
Oh, he's gonna take some pages from his
does
ice
take
cream
some
journal.
Is that the
Pages.
password protected one that takes 3 AAAs and you have to speak and it
Yes,
recognizes your voice?
Absolutely.
So I guess
Nephrite
okay,
Jedi
he's
playing
like-
Mall Madness with Queen Beryl.
Yeah, Nephrite, man. Jedi had some plans, dude.
Basically the dream.
He had bats and a
Jedi's
blazer.
plans sometimes come out of the Acme playbook, and we called it the Dream Journal.
Sure.
He's just right. He's like in his room, just kicking his feet up, like, then I'll be Sailor Moon doing this and that, and then he
And then I'll crash.
Kind of like Ray's ideas for hooking up with Mamoru.
absolutely. She does the
Absolutely.
classic manga thing. We'll get
Sure.
to that in a minute. But
Anyways, so Nephrite does this thing with the stars, and he finds the gardener guy.
point to bring it up. His plan is find an individual that's talented, a tennis player, a singer, what have you.
And when their energy is at its peak maximum, that's when they transform into the monster.
And the
then-
monster will absorb that energy.
Sure.
And the monsters will be
That's his
stronger.
Which is why we got the great line of like, curse this man's hat. Like,
Sounded like Vegeta for a second.
What?
You sound like Oni and G's Vegeta.
Yeah, I would remember that.
And you know, the obligatory Mario Odyssey joke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Evil Cappy takes control of Gardener Man,
Yes.
who is good at gardening, and he's like, when he gets real good at gardening, I'm gonna show back up
You're gonna control all the animals and insects.
and turn it into a Goosebumps book.
Well, like the gardener guy's like overseeing, like he's like looking at the construction, so he's like
so
hyper
mad.
fixated.
That's the weirdest thing, though, is they're like, the construction company pulled out everything, he's fine. And he's like, well, I'm just super mad.
Well, he only pulled out everything like later on after he attacks them with
Yeah,
the
well,
With
let's-
butterflies.
We're losing track.
Yeah, we're losing track of this.
Sure, but wouldn't it have made sense if they were like, the construction company's pulling out? He's like, oh, that's such good news. But then he goes out there and they've like run over his prized patch of watermelons. And he's like, oh, I'm so angry. And then Comrade Nephrite comes back and he's like vodka drunkinsky and he's like, now! And then that's
man.
when it happened. It's just so odd to me that he's like, I love this park and it's being destroyed. Actually, no, it's not. okay, now I'm my angriest. It's just something doesn't line up there.
It's not when he's angriest, it's when he's got the most energy.
Well, that didn't make a lot of sense. It was like he got the Venom symbiote. He just went around like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3 and was a dick to everybody.
He danced with Gwen Stacy? What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard, the official actress of Brett's play.
Gosh.
Anyway,
some of that didn't line up, but we got 24 minutes. We gotta move. We got 24 minutes.
Anyways,
Nephrite saw the man in his visions. That's the man. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Guy's overviewing garden. He's like, I'll help you save the environment. It's your job.
that makes sense.
And then he went, and it got into his
forehead,
hat.
yeah, on his hat. So then you see Usagi's playing her Sailor V game. She's losing, but Ray is hitting up Matoki for info about Mamoru.
Yes.
She's like, give me those details.
So he's in college. So, what else? What is it like? What is he about?
Yeah.
It was at this point during the episode where you're not going to believe this, but watching it, I was like, this is a lot less vapid than I remember. Despite the fact that it's ultra vapid.
The Deke dub is far more vapid than the dub.
I guess that must be what it is.
Because they're trying so hard to push it towards, buy our products, be super good.
And they would say things like, it's totally cool. And
yes.
Okay,
yeah, that makes sense. Despite the fact that she's a girl who's talking to some guy because she's just like, I have to go on a date at this park.
Well, it's more relatable.
For sure.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a young person. This is an idyllic scene.
Yeah.
And I'm wasting away here. I'm a piece. Let's go. Let's find someone to go on a date with.
Yeah.
I'm hot. Why does no one ask me out?
Exactly.
Why does no one but Umino ask me out?
No, not
So Ray's like, yeah, Mamoru would be the perfect boyfriend. I need to ask him out on a date.
Because he's rich and smart.
Oh, yeah, he's rich.
And
beautiful.
He owns a big condo by himself, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He has his own
He
condo.
lives his own condo by
She's
himself.
like, I just passed Japan's legal age of consent. And he has his own condo. We wouldn't even have to go to a love hotel.
Oh my god.
Oh, boy. Anywho, so she's like, perfect man. Now, she can't just straight up ask him out, though, because she's a 14-year-old girl.
And this is Japan. They don't ever do anything direct.
Yes.
That's right. Unless it's Valentine's Day with chocolate.
So she has this whole
or White Day
plan
with chocolate.
about bumping into him, when he's on his way home from school. She's like, yeah, I'll bump into him.
It's the classic
and then
Japanese,
he'll
manga
apologize,
intro.
and he'll be like, oh, I'll buy you a cup of coffee to
It totally
apologize.
It
It'll be great.
totally fooled me though. I was like, this is what is happening right now.
It did.
And then it just pulls back and she's like, that's how it's gonna happen.
Did you ever see that episode of Tenchi where it didn't air on Toonami?
The hot spring episode?
Nope. This didn't air
I
on
have that one
Toonami.
on Japanese Laserdisc because there's boobs and
Stop
stuff.
flexing.
It's after the whole Light Hawk Wings and all that shit that just defeated What's His Nuts. But Heike and Ryoko find Tenchi's dad stink pit of romance mangas. And they read them from like
Stink pit.
well, they're a little,
The raunchy.
yeah, they're raunchy. They're not full on
like the pages stick together.
Yeah.
Probably. But they read these and they're like, this is how you get a man. It's an entire episode of them trying classic
I
manga
do
tropes to get
vaguely
Tenchi,
remember
and it's
that.
hilarious. But that's what she's doing. She's doing classic manga
No, for
tropes.
sure, for
It's
sure.
great. It's like, I'll bump into him and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Here, let's go get some coffee. Let's.
Yeah, I read Boys Bee.
Do it, and then
I'll never look at the inside of an apple the same way again.
Go on a date, get engaged, get married, have 2.1 kids. Boom. That's
This is Japan. You have one.
It's an average.
That's more like China.
There's a day
Oh,
in
you
the
would
lives
know,
of high
comrade.
school. There's a
And
day in the lives of high school boys episode where they always do a segment because it's a sketch comedy show. And they always do a segment about this kid who has all these misfortunes happen to him. And I think his name's Mitsu. Like, they have one where him and a girl are clearly about to run into each other, and then nothing happens, but he just stops to tie his shoe. And it's like, oh, he didn't meet his protagonist love interest.
It's like Run Lola Run, except way more boring.
Yeah.
Oh, it's also like a 3-minute joke.
Yeah.
Anywho,
But she's got plans.
So,
and
it doesn't go that way. So
she's waiting
Yeah, she's on the
for
creep.
Mamoru, and Usagi sees her waiting. She's like, "What's happening? What's going on?" And so
And Luna's like, who cares?
And Ray's like peeking like around the corner. She's like,
Oh, yeah, she's on the
she's
creep.
planning to time it like perfectly, and
So
gonna happen.
she's like, all right, now. And so she
We've all
jumps
been
out,
single. We've all done
and then
this.
she trips
It's true.
right in front of him.
Oh yeah, flat to
And-
the face like a full Beth Taylor fall, like kissing the concrete.
And she just keeps walking and steps on her head.
He's like, oh.
He didn't even have his douche shades on to like
know.
have an excuse of not being able to
And
see.
he's like, oh.
I did not
And-
remember her being this clumsy. I thought
Well,
she was
well,
not.
She's
No,
usually
no.
not. It's usually Usagi.
It was just that the
Also-
most inopportune, like, concrete crack,
sure.
you know.
Regular blue pants and a button-up white shirt. He is not in his purple pants, green blazer, and black turtleneck.
Well, it said he's on his way back from school, but in the
Oh, okay.
anime, they never actually show him like in a school uniform.
Yeah.
Crystal, I found it shows him a lot in a school uniform.
Crystal and the manga, he's
Yeah.
a high school student too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but in the
Oh.
anime, he doesn't. They don't really ever show him in a school uniform
No.
in the anime.
No, that's fine. We don't need
And,
it.
Yeah.
and it's really funny because I personally noted that he's got one heck of a resting bitch face when he's like walking. He's like just like
This is a
no.
flat animation. It's like whatever. Anyway, he steps on
So
her head. And
she
he's like,
katapas her head.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she's like, oh
And he's
no. He's like, oh my
So
god.
sorry, I put my head in your way. Let me buy you coffee.
Yeah, it's so funny
first of all,
because
he's
he's
just
like,
like-
are you hurt? And she's like, no. He's like, sweet. See you later.
I forgot about that subversion.
Well,
It's like, oh, you're fine around.
all right. And then once again,
And then he's like, oh, I recognize. Then Ray's like, wait. And she's like, oh, yeah, I recognize you. Like, you hang out with.
Bunhead's friend.
Yeah, aren't
she
you
doesn't
Bunhead's
deny it.
friend?
She's like, yeah, I'm Bunhead's friend. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we met at that Dreamland.
Yes, which was
was
an
the
amusement
whole-
park.
Was it not?
Park
She's talking about
episode.
Nara.
No.
No.
No,
Nara's
it was a previous episode.
No,
It's
no,
okay.
real place.
It was a
Okay, I
real
thought you
place
meant
in
it was
the
actually-
show. It was
no.
It's
it
just
was an
a thing.
amusement park in the show.
She
in one of the
literally
episodes.
met Mamoru on the Panda Express. It was literally a train driven by a panda.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a little toy train you could ride on, and the panda's driving it.
And this is for children. I mean, we're talking like
Yeah, no,
5-year-olds.
sure.
And there's
It's
like
so funny because Usagi and like Ray are like looking out for bad guys and stuff because kids have been disappearing in this park.
Sure.
And the train suddenly stops and Usagi leans forward and she bumps into Mamoru who's just riding the train.
He's just there.
He's just there.
So like this is actually a park for like small children.
Yeah, it's an amusement park.
And they are there because of reasons.
Yes.
And he's just there because
Just because.
of no reason.
We don't know.
She's
why.
like, why are
Well,
you riding this children's ride? He's like, I'm gonna tell shit to you.
we currently don't know why he's there, but he's probably there for the
He
same
is.
reason.
Yes.
But yeah.
That is very funny.
Yes, but either way, they met at Dreamland Park and she's like, let me take you out to coffee to apologize. Like, for what?
For getting in the way of your foot. He's like, all right, I guess
I could have
I kind of
I
wish,
can have some coffee.
wish there was an inner monologue of her going, I'm so fucking stupid.
You know that's what it was.
So Luna's all saying with Usagi, like, I don't think Mamoru's all that bad. Usagi's like, no. He is
I
that
can't have
bad.
my worst friend and my worst enemy hanging out.
So Ray and Mamoru are gonna have coffee, and Usagi wants to spy to like see what they're doing.
And apparently the coffee shop charges a cover because she has to get swirly glasses to fork over the money because she spent all her
She
allowance
can't
on
just
ice
go
cream.
into a coffee shop and sit at a table and
This is
not drink the
America.
coffee.
Do you guys have free
Japan.
Wi-Fi?
This is Japan.
This is Japan in 1992.
I guess that.
She has to buy something.
Buy something or get out.
Yeah. And so she can't go inside to get any money. She used all her allowance on ice cream. And so she's like, oh, I'll use my disguise pen and I'll go inside as a I'll disguise myself as a waitress. And Luna was like, no, you can't do
It's a
that.
boost of power. No.
She's like, you can only use it for good, and she's like, I'll be
I
a
gotta-
good waitress.
I gotta say, rewind like a minute and a half in the episode. Usagi, when she realizes that Ray and Mamoru are going on a date, she flips out. She's like, "That's against the student handbook."
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Ray goes to a different school.
Yeah.
It's against the rules. I have to pursue this.
I thought this was the power of romance.
Yeah, you have to believe in miracle
Yeah,
romance.
you have to believe in miracle
to watch
romance.
Sailor Moon.
yeah.
That's powers your transformation to Sailor Media.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I
Also,
thought
we
it
all
was
have
just-
Senshi form, lovely viewers. We'll bring them up in later dates.
Anyway. So Umino sees her like, he's like, what's up, Usagi? What's going on? And that's when Usagi has the idea of like, do you have any money? Yeah, I can go on a date with you so I can go inside and I can spy on them. Obviously, she doesn't tell that to Umino. She just offers to, hey, you want to take me on a date right
It's
now?
pretty cold.
And he's like, yes.
I feel so sorry for him because he's like, "Yeah, sure."
Swirly glasses is a creep. Fuck
Just
him.
don't.
Of course, traditional trope, he's actually attractive when he's not wearing glasses.
Yeah.
Anyway, Swirly Glasses takes Saga on a date and they're just spying. And Luna's like, I'm done with this shit. And she finds Ami and she's like, thank God, a sensible person. Luna loves her.
Who was
Ami.
immediately happy to see her and then immediately sad.
Ami loves cats.
Yeah,
Yes.
because she remembers the parts.
Luna.
Now Ami knows the parts getting destroyed.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's like,
and that Rick told her not to come by the park anymore.
Yes.
I just feel like there should be an alternate audio version of the podcast where every time you're like, Umino, it's just me going like, Malvin.
and then, Melvin. Do we have to replace Leisure Suit Umino with Leisure Suit Melvin?
No. So Ray.
Yeah, there's like okay, so she's like upset because she can't go to the park anymore because Rick banished her, but it's presented in the weirdest way. That's when we get the scene of Rick being told by his boss, like, you can keep working here, so, study the course. Like,
I agree. I agree with
Yeah.
that. It was weird pacing.
and then
Yeah.
Omni has a flashback to him just being like, you don't respect nature, get the fuck out of my park.
I guess maybe before she met up with Luna, she was like, hi, Rick. And Rick was like, I am symbiote Rick. I hate everything.
Yeah.
He's Rick. He's like, they're building a business complex. They're going to tear down. They're tearing down the whole thing. They're screwing up, and you're not helping. You're tearing down the chipmunks, but you're not helping.
Chipmunks and the butterflies and the.
You said Rick like Rick Sanchez, but
Yes.
you're doing Alex Jones.
I did slip into Alex Jones, which would be just too much. So I'm just going to skip it.
Oh my goodness. Anywho.
Anyways,
They turned the chipmunks bloodthirsty.
so
So yeah, basically, dude is like, they're canceling it, and everything's gonna be fine. Although I did flick a cigarette butt on the
the
ground.
guy's all like,
Yep.
this construction company, I need to find a better construction company. They keep flaking out on me.
Yes.
He's all pissed off, and he throws the cigarette on the ground.
And apparently,
The chipmunks
chipmunks
attack.
hate cigarettes.
You
Well,
smoking
he
my
had like
turf?
the zombie
But, you know.
squirrel, and I'm like,
So Rick has all these chipmunks attack him.
Yes, disrespects nature, gets attacked by chipmunks.
Yes, Rescue Rangers have never been the same since.
Ami and Luna see this and like, whoa, what's happening? And then we go to Ray and Mamoru on a boat on
Yeah,
the lake.
Ray was like,
convinces him to
take
go
me to this
the
place.
park
And then
with
we
him,
find
with
out
her.
Mamoru really is into nature. He's like, people should take care of nature. Things about nature are really cool. I'm sure that has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah. And then Ray's hair does that thing where like the character is like suddenly like seeing someone. Oh,
Yes, absolutely.
like sixth
Oh,
sense,
yes.
sixth sense, Spidey sense, activate! Ah!
yeah.
It's
that
just like the...
hair blows in the wind. I now see you in a new, sexier,
See you in a
romantic
new
light.
light.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like, I was just going to pick you up because yours is a hot slab of meat. But your hot slab of meat with a heart? Oh, baby.
Yeah.
And he's like...
It's not just your-
he couldn't care less about Ray. He's just rowing his boat.
He's doing his thing. He gives.
Rowing the boat.
Yeah.
And then the avocado monster with the boobs shows up.
Not
Well,
yet.
Rick is... Well,
So then
Usagi-
Usagi is trying to spy on them on the lake. And Umino is trying to like,
He's like, listen, we can't do this. We're still so young. It's inappropriate. But I guess one wouldn't hurt. And he turns around. He's got his big old
Usagi has
lips
already
out.
slipped away.
Because she saw him. She's like, finally, someone I can talk to. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
That's when they see them on them
Right,
transform.
because and she's like, I have to leave this boat immediately for no particular reason.
Well,
and he's like,
no.
well, that works out for me, great.
No, it's not
Well, no,
what
that hasn't
happened.
happened yet
They
because
see the monster transform, the Mercury and Sailor Moon transform.
and then Boob Monster sends
They send-
animals to attack everyone, so they attack, like the butterflies are attacking.
They send
Ami.
birds to attack Mamoru and Ray on the lake.
And then Mamoru instinctively grabs her and pulls her in. He's like, I'm going to protect
watch
you.
out.
But it rocks the boat.
And it
makes her
rocks
go
the
up.
boat and they fall
And
in
then
the
they
water.
swim to the shore, and that's when they're like, let's break up.
So,
And then dream of the fisherman's wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
so Mercury uses her attack, which caused all the butterflies and
Yeah,
chipmunks
I'm guessing there's like a
stop.
dust or something.
Because the butterflies attack them.
They're
and
just
chipmunks
not
are
into
attacking
bubbles.
Luna.
Yeah, it's just over. And then,
Then they send a little spore thing, and it like shoots into like these like vines that like wrap around.
it's
Dream of the fisherman's
What is it
wife.
called?
Yeah.
The flower. It's a very practical name. It's
And
like
flower.
Hand flower.
Yes.
In,
Choose
As-
hand flower to commit some light bondage.
in the words of Bilbo Baggins, an accurate if not too imaginative name.
Yes. And then she whips her hair back and forth around Ami. entangles her.
So, the vines start like squeeze them, and that's when Ray, she's broken off.
Well, before then, we get a little pathos for Ami. She sees her friend, like, dying. His hair's all white. His energy's drained. The mark's getting fucked up. And she's like, I will not stand for this. I thought she was just going to straight up be like, Bruh!
She does.
I was actually really
Well, she does because Ray does...
If it was
Fire
Jupiter,
soul.
that's what would have happened.
Jupiter, she would have suplexed it. She would have grabbed the
Anyways.
hair, pulled it
But
towards
yeah,
it.
that's when Ray does her fire soul attack, and
It breaks Ami out just fine, but it lights the vines around Usagi on fire. She's like rolling on the ground like,
And of course, in famous Usagi and Ray action, she immediately blames Ray for setting her on fire. And
It
Ray's
is
like,
Ray's
"Didn't I
fault.
just
It is
sa-"
Ray's
She's
fault.
like, did I just save you?
Is it because Amy is water type?
Maybe?
Who knows? But Ray's like, you're welcome. And
Usagi's clearly fairy type, so...
Yes, the moon is flammable. If we've learned anything from science.
Yeah, but Usagi's like, oh, yeah, you did kind of save me.
And then
So,
Ami and
Mercury
Ray,
and Ray, they
do
do
like a
their-
really
they do
cool
the
like
intro.
pose together.
Yes.
And they say in the name of the Punch, and they do like sassy poses. It's pretty awesome, actually.
It is-
So she
New
burns
wallpaper.
her and steals her thunder.
yeah,
Yeah,
Usagi's
she's
like,
like-
hey, that's
Stole her
my thing.
boyfriend, stole her.
No, she doesn't like Mamoru. She likes Matoki. Matoki's her boyfriend.
It's like a hate love
She
crush.
loves
Right
Tuxedo
out now,
Mask.
she straight up does not
She's
like
so
Mamoru.
tsundere for him.
Yes.
She's
Yeah,
in
yeah,
denial.
that's fair.
She's straight up in denial.
That's fair. So anyway, they do their attacks, and they... Oh, no, wait. The monster's like, well, I'll attack you again. Then we see the famous little
And
red
flowers.
whiting bolts.
Oh yeah.
Rose.
Right.
Which was awesome.
It is awesome.
Like the crazy like chiaroscuro shading.
No. That like the what's the word I'm looking for?
When Rick gets KO canned, whatever that was.
That. Okay, so that's a different moment. When Rick gets attacked, and it has like the red and black and the shadow monster
Yes.
comes out. That's new. That's like a unique animation. We usually talk about like the big bad monster or the monster of the week.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
they're good or not. Like the one for the Dreamland episode we talked
that's
about.
the
That was
best
really,
one still.
really memorable.
Yeah, that one was.
This is another one. Because like there's production value now. That's new. We haven't seen stuff that looks cool like that.
Yeah.
Usually it's just like quick faded.
It was very striking and it stood out.
Yeah.
So anyway, it gets hit in the forehead with a rose.
Yes.
Plant type hits plant type.
Yep.
Right.
Usagi uses
Same
her
type attack
moon
bonus.
tiara.
Yes, she throws a Destructo Disc at him and,
And then it's
she,
dead. It's fine.
She's vanquished.
Yeah. This is much shorter. It didn't have the pacing of like the new.
And then here's where I can't buy that Mamoru's tuxedo mask. Mamoru shows back up, but he's in wet clothes still.
Yeah.
If he transformed, that would have dried him off.
Maybe you just like folded him up in a bush. He didn't transform. He like just changed.
It's like
It's like when-
Bruce Almighty.
Ooh, do we have a treat for y'all way down the road?
It's like when you go to camp and your mom's like, just don't even bother folding them. If you've been swimming, just throw them in the bag.
There is a tuxedo mask transformation in one of the iterations. That is incredible.
Does he have line art?
Does someone say
You'll
the
see.
phrase? Does someone
gotta-
say the phrase? I wasn't finished transforming yet. No peeking.
They say, what is his
No.
phrase? It's tuxedo.
Power.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Just wait. We'll get there. It's forever away.
Yeah, that's in the live action series.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Fire new Dark Kingdom stones and Gwinnett Alpharetta.
open Saturday and Sunday through 8. It's open Monday through Friday. till
Okay,
8.
just-
Saturday,
just-
Sunday till 5.
Michael, run it back a few seconds.
What we
Are we
live.
doing the whole Shane code for the Dark Kingdom?
We gotta explain that we live in Georgia.
Yeah, this episode's sponsored by the Shane Company. We all grew up in Georgia, and if anybody's
You already
listening,
did a Miss Cleo, so I might as well close it. Hey, ass Wolf, man.
yeah. But growing up in Georgia, everybody in the world is inundated with. Now you have a friend in the diamond business. The Shane Company, open in Gwinnett, Alpharetta, and Kennesaw. Open weekdays till 8, Saturday and Sunday till 5. Online at shaneco.com. Amen.
So what's the Dark Kingdom version?
I don't care.
I care. It's just a root podcast.
I'll write it.
The barrel.
Wait. So like,
Now you have
a friend in the energy business.
the Dark Kingdom. Open yes.
Open in Tokyo and Tokyo.
Open in Tokyo, and Antarctica. Monday.
On Toonami at 4:30.
Let's close this bit that's funny to like 1/50th of the U.S.
Listen, we've already got comments and they already are very excited. We're in Georgia.
Yeah, one of them is.
Yeah, I see you, fan.
Anyways. So, Tuxedo Mask goes away, and Ray thinks that Mamoru might be Tuxedo Mask. He's like, no way.
But Mamoru's a dick and Tuxedo Mask rules, so probably not.
That's when Mamoru shows up in his wet clothes still.
Never meet your
He's like-
heroes.
Never meet your heroes.
They might be hot rich and have their own giant condo.
And he's like, Tuxedo Mask, who's that? And that's when Umino shows up and is like, hey, Sagi, we can finish our date.
And then Mamoru's like, oh, so that's your type.
Oh, that's your type. She's like, no, it's not like that.
And
It's like, but you asked me out.
And like pretty much every episode besides the Jedi one, because it was like a big plot-heavy one, Usagi gets her comic relief comeuppance.
Yeah.
It usually is how most episodes end.
And then, Ray and Mamoru get closer by pointing and laughing at Usagi.
Yep.
Pretty much, yep.
And that's the episode. So, Brett, we have a tradition here. At the end of every episode, we label what is the best, the worst, and who the MVP is.
Okay.
You're the guest. You get first best. What is best?
What was your best?
Like, what was the
Anything.
best
Best
general
the best thing
The
a
best
character
thing in
did.
the episode.
I would say probably the best thing in the episode is when Rick gets Kaioken. The production on the art, the red, white, and black, it stands out so much that it looks like it's almost from a different show. And I understand this is the first episode after the hike in production value.
Yeah.
So it's
That's probably when everybody's antennas went up and went, oh, look at that. This is a show now.
And that's one of the things I definitely noticed as a kid is some of the attacks, some of the things that happened. Like, whoa!
Yeah.
I didn't understand this thing in Japanese animation, but like I've never seen fluid animation like this.
Right. I mean, they used the bulldozer knocking over trees 6 times, but that almost makes up for it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Amanda, what was best?
I'm gonna say bleh, if I could English today, that would be fantastic.
Okay, we got 30 in English.
I'm gonna have to say Amy. I'm gonna say Amy. Like the whole like
protect nature.
nature-esque, pro conservation,
Okay.
sort of
Michael,
deal.
what was best?
I don't think I'm gonna give her. I don't know if I should give her MVP, but I like a girl taking the direct approach and like I want to ask that person out.
Even though there was a scheme attached to it. Like,
It's just a plan. You don't go in unprepared.
no, it's true.
True.
But like the direct approach, like is going back to all the actual co-host dating conversation. Direct approach.
No, it's surprisingly
I
effective. I wish
respect
I'd
the
known
direct
that.
approach.
I wish I knew that younger. I'm gonna say what's best is Mamoru being a damn Olympian and saving her from that truck and like power leaping over the side rails. Like, damn, dude.
Even though I think the other part that I mentioned was better produced. If I was
that's better.
If I was to
produced
own a
than
production cell, it would be of that.
Yes, it's amazing and it's awesome. I really like Mamoru, so
I do too. My best was probably I really like Ray's whole like plan to get him to go on her date with her whole like he'll bump into him and he'll go call and then she trips and he steps on her head. I think that whole bit is just it's great. That's my favorite part.
That was my favorite scene. I'm just like karma.
That whole bit is so funny.
Because as much as I love Ray, she be a bitch.
Oh yeah, Ray's a bitch.
I love Ray, but yeah.
All right, Kelly. Then what was worst?
Worst?
Wait, do I get to go?
No, we're just doing weird different orders. You can fine, Brett.
Well, we went in an order.
What was worst, Brett?
The worst thing was the clumsy writing when they were like, "Hey, we're not destroying the park,"
So that is worse.
and that made him mad.
That got a different worst.
It would have been great if he was like, "You're not destroying the park. Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm so great about that," and therefore he has more energy at that point. That makes sense. Yeah. But somebody dropped the ball somewhere and just absolutely confused me.
I agree with Brett. So that's also my worst.
Amanda, what was worst?
I have to say that using the same old like construction.
Yeah,
there was a lot of repeated animation.
that was my worst. It's
Yeah.
bulldozing the same part
I
6
think
times.
my worst was with Brett's and Michael with the whole. It didn't make
don't
any
make
sense
sense.
of the plot. You're like, but why are you upset if they're stopping construction?
Yeah.
That just
I think
didn't
it's
make
the
any
whole
sense.
my interpretation is like basically the snowball started rolling and it turned from they're destroying the park to they're destroying nature. Humans don't deserve it at all.
Yeah.
I do realize that Nephrite's goal of human has to get to peak energy, and the park being destroyed doesn't cause that.
Yeah.
But from a viewer perspective, it's odd. you'd think it'd be a little bit more
That
in
makes
sync.
sense, really.
Anywho. And then, Brett, who's the MVP?
The MVP of the whole episode?
Yes, pick a character.
I don't know. Usagi's Destructo disc killed the thing.
Okay.
I mean, that definitely happened. That's how that worked.
Okay.
But I gotta... Snow is the MVP.
Sorry.
Amy definitely, contributed the most emotionally to the cause. But
so you say Amy, or you say?
yeah, I'm gonna give it to Amy. She gets my nod.
Okay.
Amanda, who's MVP?
I have to say maybe Mamoru with the whole saving Luna.
I mean, if Luna died, the whole series would be different.
Yeah, that's true.
Like trying to save Ray, like doing the whole body tackle in the boat.
And we're getting more insight. We know he lives by himself, and then we know he has a deep compassion for nature.
Yeah, well, we know he works out. It was like he was almost like in a jogging suit sort of thing. He's athletic. And I insinuated from when they're laying, both he and Ray are laying on the dock, that he's a really good swimmer. Like he more or less drug her to shore.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I'd have to say, Mamoru.
Okay.
I'll also give it to Mamoru just because it's the first he's been characterized more than just picking on Usagi.
More than just being there to ruin Usagi's day.
It was more than an incidental Mamoru episode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Ray, just because she's trying her best.
I was gonna give it to Ray too.
And she just pops up, and she's just been doing good. And she had her moment. This is the first time we're seeing her like doing a self motivation. This isn't something like just to spite Usagi. It happens to bonus. It does spite Usagi, but she's directly doing it because she wants to go on a date. She wants to have a good time. She's looking for some personal thing.
And this is also on the heels of the I want a boyfriend, the cruise ship's a trap episode. So it's definitely.
Oh my god, when she rage ate and Ami was ready to dive in bed.
Oh yeah. Ami and Ray sneak onto a ship and they're like, look, if the boys don't want us, we are going to take this buffet home in our pockets. And then Ami's like, don't cause a scene. Let's just go with the amphitheater.
Yeah.
Right.
She was like, listen, Ami, we'll both go to this. Someone's going to get dumped, and we'll be there to pick up the rebounds.
We'll be rebound love interest. And I'm like, that's not good.
It's going to happen on the romance cruise.
I plan to be second choice.
Alrighty.
But I think that's about it.
Well, we have our rankings.
Oh, yeah. So where does this rank, everybody? This is a pretty good one.
Yeah, so right now, our pilot episode is still number 1. The Sailor Morris's intro episode is number 2. We have the tennis episode, which is the last episode, is number 3. Then after that is Giant's Demise with the plane.
No, not as good as that.
And after that was the Mercury's first episode. And then after that we have the Dreamland episode.
No, it's not
I put it right below Dreamland.
Right below
I
Dreamland?
would say.
After that was the Clocks episode.
Yes, it's above Clocks.
Above Clocks.
Yeah.
Right before after Dreamland, above Clocks.
Yeah.
We played the game before we watched the Clocks.
Yes, Clocks was that episode, that monster and everything.
Yeah.
No, I was
And the second level is Dreamland.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can literally get hit by the Panda Express.
Yeah,
There you
can.
go.
Yeah. Then I swear to God, like enough levels in, it turns into a reused asset from a different fighting games level.
Well, I mean that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Reused assets is sort of the bread and butter of the series.
But I think that's gonna be it for us today. Brett's gonna take our Sailor Moon says.
Yeah. Just
Wait. Next episode.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Next episode, the teaser. We
Can you tell we're gonna have practice?
Sorry, I was writing something down, so I wasn't on top of it. All right. Next episode is A Girl's Dream. Usagi Becomes a Bride. Or the English title is Wedding Day Blues.
Yeah, and on that note, when it comes to consummation, Sailor Moon says, always put on a raincoat before you take the skin boat to Tuna Town.
That's gross.
And that means you!
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Hi, everyone. This is Michael editing for the Pretty Guardian podcast. Thanks for listening, and we'd love to hear from you. Our email is prettyguardianpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter @SailorPGPcast. Our Tumblr is prettyguardianpodcast.tumblr.com. Go ahead and send us a message and keep the conversation open. I'm having a lot of fun running through this old gem of a show, personally, and I look forward to seeing it through to the end. Take care now.
Can you say that again for the microphone?
Michael, if you do that thing I like, I'll give you more money.
It involves Sailor Moon and
No, you
handcuffs.
changed it. I'm the part of the joke.
Have you listened to Pretty Guardian Podcast?
No, you changed it.
I'll do anything for a good cold open. We've got something good there. Just
Okay, we'll keep it in. So,
take it away,
Kelly, go
Kelly.
for it.